but this musical was just objectively bad. Hi friends, how are you? I hope that you're very, very well. Happy New Year. I hope that you had a nice celebration, whatever you did, and I hope that this new year is a good one. So 2021 was a weird year for theatre and musical fans and everything, but we did get like over 10 movie musicals released in the last year, which is kind of remarkable. Some were amazing, some were not, and I thought I would rank them because it's kind of rare that we would have so many released in one year. So I didn't see Annette, Vivo, or Respect. I don't know if Respect would be classed as a movie musical, but I know there's singing in it, but I didn't see those three. But I am going to be ranking Cinderella, Dear Evan Hansen, In the Heights, West Side Story, Tick Tick Boom, Everybody's Talking About Jamie, Come From Away, The Pro Shot, Diana, The Pro Shot, Encanto, and A Week Away. Let's get started. Do I start at the top or the bottom? I'm gonna start at the top. This is all my opinion, by the way. It doesn't really mean anything. You probably think I have terrible taste, and if you do, that's okay. Number one, my personal favourite movie musical for the year was Tick Tick Boom. I loved this film. I thought it was done with so much love and passion for theatre and the community of theatre, and I thought Andrew Garfield was amazing. Lin-Manuel Miranda's directing was fantastic. I found it very difficult to fault anything in the film. I thought it was wonderful. I was a massive, massive fan of it, and I highly recommend you watch it if you haven't yet. So Tick Tick Boom is on Netflix, and it's massive at the moment everywhere. Like, the songs are going viral on TikTok, and it's very much having its moment. And as someone who loved the musical from like when I was a teenager, hearing these songs being so popular is really funny to me, but like I love it too. So yay for Tick Tick Boom. Number two is West Side Story. I haven't done a video on this yet. I am intending on doing one. Now that I've seen the film twice, I feel like I can properly talk about it. I loved West Side Story. Before I went into it, I was a little bit like, why is there really a need to remake it or reimagine it? And having seen it, I think it is better than the original. I loved it. There's only one thing I can really fault about it, which I will talk about properly in my video about it, so keep an eye out for that if you are interested in my views on it. But I thought it was wonderful. Rachel Zegler is a complete star. Ariana DeBose is incredible. The direction, obviously it's Steven Spielberg, so it was always going to be good, but like the sound design, the lighting, the view of it all, Mike Feist, oh my god, Mike Feist. It's such a good film. A very worthy winner of my second place for best musical of the year. Eugene apparently wants to come and say hello. What's your favourite movie musical? Is it Cats? He actually didn't like Cats. He said it was cultural appropriation. West Side Story is currently in cinemas. You can't get it on streaming services yet. Apparently, West Side Story had like a 45-day minimum exclusive theatrical release. Does that make sense? So basically, like, it can't go on any streaming services for at least 45 days after it's released. It only came out in December, so it will possibly be on streaming platforms soon. I've heard maybe HBO Max or maybe Disney Plus. We'll wait and see, but it is still available to watch in the cinema. Okay, so coming in at number three for me has to be the Come From Away Pro Shot. It was the 20th anniversary of 9/11. To kind of commemorate that, they did a professional recording of Come From Away on Broadway, and it was filmed during the pandemic when Broadway was completely closed, and it was the first show back. I think it was like 14 months after it closed that they brought everybody back for this performance, and it's filmed beautifully. I mean, I love the show anyway. It's just so well captured. I absolutely loved it, and you know, it's one of my favourite shows, so I was always going to enjoy it. I love that now I can watch Come From Away whenever I want, and I've watched it with various people since it came out, and I love that, you know, my family members who might not be able to make it down to London to see the show are able to experience that at home. I think it's fantastic. They've got loads of the original Broadway cast in it. You know, it's such a feel-good show. It's so weird that a show about 9/11 is so feel-good, but honestly it shows you the best parts of humanity, and I just love that. Highly recommend watching that if you haven't. It's available on Apple TV. Coming in at number four is In the Heights. I loved this film as well. I'd seen In the Heights the musical a few times, but it wasn't one of my favourite shows, whereas the movie, funnily enough, has made me listen to the soundtrack so much. I listen to the movie soundtrack of In the Heights at least once a week. It's different than the show. There's a lot of differences between the movie and the show, but I think that they work, and I think the movie's great. Right, so I saw it 3 times in the cinema, and then it came on TV a couple of weeks ago, and I actually didn't end up finishing it. I found myself getting a little bit distracted, so I don't know if that was just me, but some films don't always translate as well on like a small screen as they do a big screen, I think, and maybe this is one of them, I don't know, but I will finish it and I will watch it again. So in the UK, In the Heights you can watch on Now TV, Sky Movies or Prime, but I think that you have to pay extra to watch it on Amazon Prime. Okay, next is Everybody's Talking About Jamie, another film I loved this year. Again, it wasn't ever one of my like favorite musicals. I liked it, but I didn't know it super well. I'd only seen it once, and I think the movie is fantastic. Max is wonderful as Jamie, Lauren is fantastic as Pretty, Richard E. Grant is wonderful, and Sarah Lancashire, and it's a great movie, and I think it's a perfect way of like making a musical world and also showing the realities of like Northern England. So much like In the Heights, I never ever would listen to the Jamie cast recording, but now I listen to the movie cast recording all the time. Movie soundtrack? Movie cast recording? I don't know. You know what I mean. Playlist of songs from the film. But yeah, I love the film. I think it's fantastic. The only reason why it's slightly lower is because it still isn't one of my favourite scores. Like, there's quite a lot of ballads in there, but I still thought it was a wonderful film. Everybody's Talking About Jamie. You can watch it on Amazon Prime, and it's like included as a Prime movie because it is an Amazon film. Highly recommend it. To be honest, my top 5 could have gone anyway, really, because all of the ones I've just mentioned I loved. I found very little fault in all of them. I think it also needs to be said that I think it's wonderful that there are so many movie musicals that came out in the last year, and I really appreciate all of the work that has gone into all of them, and I love that we have these movies to talk about and we can enjoy with our friends and family in ways that we can't always in the theatre. So yeah, I hope that no one thinks I'm being too negative about my final 5. Okay, next up is Diana the Musical. If you've seen my video on it, I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it either. I enjoyed the campness of it. I enjoyed the costuming. I thought Jenna as Diana was fantastic and had a beautiful voice. And I think that the songs, as much as the lyrics aren't great, the songs have like kind of a good beat. I will sometimes find myself singing a Diana the Musical song, and considering I don't listen to the cast recording, it's only when I've seen the recording, which I have now watched 5 times, or like, you know, seeing it on TikTok or whatever. I didn't think it was awful, as some people do, but I didn't think it was amazing. I think it's so sad that the show was closed. So Diana is available for streaming on Netflix, and I think that's amazing that we have that available. But yeah, Diana was number 6. Number 7 is Encanto. I don't even know if we would necessarily describe it as a movie musical. I'm going to, because I like even numbers, and this took it up to 10. So I did enjoy Encanto. I thought it was okay. It didn't really move me in any massive way though, to be honest. I felt like it was quite similar to a few other Disney things I've seen before, and I didn't really like the music. I did really like the characters, and I thought that they were really well rounded and like quite different, but the actual music and everything didn't really leave a mark on me. I couldn't sing any of the songs to you, and as I was watching them I was like, you know, it's okay. I found myself getting a little bit distracted, so it's not that it was a bad film in any way. I liked seeing all of the magic and stuff, and I liked seeing the family, and I think it was the music, to be honest, that let me down the most. I just wasn't really engaged in it. It's available in movie theatres or on Disney+. Okay, next up we have Cinderella. I didn't do a video on this because I don't know, I didn't think it was very good. I did end up watching it twice because I was going to do a video and then it just never happened. This is the one with Camila Cabello, Billy Porter, Idina Menzel, and many other people, and I didn't think it was very good. I think for a movie musical that is also a jukebox musical, so you're using like pre-written pop songs, they should have picked some different songs. Like, they picked Somebody to Love, which has been used in Ella Enchanted. Ella Enchanted is already a movie based around Cinderella, and you're gonna put Somebody to Love in, like, it's just a bit basic, isn't it? And there's another song, I can't remember which one it was now, but it's also like a big musical number in like Happy Feet. If I was making a new musical on Cinderella, which is a story that obviously already everyone knows, and I was gonna put in jukebox musical numbers, I would pick songs that haven't been done before. It's not that hard to find good songs that haven't been in various other movies with big musical numbers. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, there wasn't anything that felt particularly original about it, and there was just so many plot issues, and I don't know, I feel like the tone was weird for the whole movie. It just wasn't for me. In at number 9 is A Week Away. This film right, it's a musical based around a summer camp that's like a religious summer camp, and it's also a musical. Like, listen, okay, straight up, I'm not a very religious person. It wouldn't have been necessarily something that would have been right up my street anyway, but I still watched it, and I can also still enjoy things that are about religion, so it's not about that at all. But this musical was just objectively bad. Like, the songs were bad, and the miming, oh my goodness, the miming in this film. So obviously they pre-recorded the songs and then mimed on set, and there are moments where people are just not singing at all, or their mouths are doing something completely different, and it's just really weird, and I just did not enjoy it at all. The storylines were just so weak and like filled with, you know, tropes that we've all seen a million times. I don't know, I didn't care about any of the characters. I thought the songs were really bad. I don't know, I just think it's a shame when movie musicals don't work out, but you know, not everything can be amazing, and that's okay. A Week Away is available to watch on Netflix if you did want to. I probably would recommend watching it just for a bit of a laugh. And in number 10 is Dear Evan Hansen. I think maybe if I didn't know the show so well first, I would have potentially put Dear Evan Hansen higher in the list, but because I knew the show so well and then it turned out to be such a massive letdown, I think that's why I've had to put it at the bottom. I just think it was a real shame about how it all worked out. I mean, I've done a whole video on it, so like there's only so much you can say in like a bit of a summary. If you haven't seen that video, it was just all off. Too much about Evan, not enough about everybody else. The filming of it wasn't particularly interesting in any way. It was filmed like a normal film where everyone just also sang. I didn't feel like there was any kind of cohesion between the musical moments and the spoken dialogue, and I just thought it was a bit of a miss really, which is a shame. Dear Evan Hansen, I don't know where it's available to watch at the moment, because I think it's in that gap between like it's not in cinemas anymore but it's maybe not on streaming yet. Oh, I think you can get it on Apple TV but you have to pay extra for it. I think that's what it is. So, but I'm not 100% sure, but it will most likely be out on more streaming services soon. So yeah, that is my kind of roundup of movie musicals of 2021. Let me know what you thought. What was your favorite movie musical you saw this year? What movie musicals didn't you like? What do you want to see that you haven't seen yet? Please let me know. And yeah, I will see you soon. I love you lots. Bye.